Mother, mother, too many of you crying. Come on in, brother, 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 brother. There's far too many of you die, of you die. No, you gotta find a way, yeah. Bring some understanding here today. Oh, picket signs, picket lines. Don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me. You can't see it going on, going on. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, that's something Tam Lloyd would do. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Listen, I got a question to ask you. Is there a difference between reacting and responding? Is it? It is? Well, I'm going to find out on this show. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj on show. I'm here. It is the evening edition. Baby, how y'all is? Come on in. The water is fine. I'm about to get this show crack-a-lackin'. There's so much to talk about here as we prepare for another day where we look out the window and find out if our neighborhood is still here or not. And shout outs right quick, y'all. Good to see you, Andre and Sheila and Beatrice and James and Lloyd and Bronzeville and Vashti, and a bunch of y'all will be coming in here sooner or later or tomorrow. All right, it is nighttime. It's about 11:36 in the east over there, but here in Chi-Town. Y'all, let me tell you something. I was going to the bank. I went to the bank to put some money in the bank because it's my bank. That's why I bank. It's where my mortgage. That's where my car loans. Well, not my car loan ain't there. But yeah, anyway, that's where my business is done. And I couldn't get to the bank. Why? Cause the National Guard had blocked it off. Why? Cause y'all don't know how to act. Couldn't get in there. And I had money in my hand. I wanted to put it in there. You can't just photo your money like you can checks and it go right to your account. I had money in my hand. I wanted to put it in there because I like putting money away. I don't like having it in my hand or my pockets. Understand? And it was blocked off. All right. So I said, there's another bank somewhere else. I bank at U.S. And I went up to that bank. And well, matter of fact, I think let me show y'all something. Let me show you something right quick. See if I can get y'all my screen here. Where's my screen? Here's my screen. Check this out. Okay. Am I back? 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 Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right. Yeah. You know something about this thing, when you go to video and then you come back from video, It mutes you. And if you don't know you're not muted, they got to fix this. Okay, so let's go with this. Let's go with this. This is a problem, y'all, because I want to talk about the psychology of rioting. When someone hit you, you have a chance. It could be a split moment, or it could take a minute. You could take an hour. You can take a whole day, or you can take a whole week to decide what you're going to do. Now, a reaction usually happens immediately. Understand? It usually happens immediately. That's like when a doctor hits your knee and there's a reflection, and they impulse. Okay, they want to see how your nerves is acting. They hit that knee and they're not looking for a response. They're looking for a reaction. Okay, and so when someone does something to you, and especially if something that you don't like, you have the opportunity to get into yourself and look inside your domicile, look inside your spirit, man, and say, how am I going to respond to this? Demetri Pitt says they've got 2.5 seconds. Yes. How am I going to respond to somebody hitting me? Do I react to it or do I respond to it? Yes. And that's the knee-jerk reaction that we're seeing out there on the streets right now. Now, I wrote myself down some notes here that I want to go with, and I've got some questions I do want to ask y'all because it's apropos. All right, a word I've been using lately. The psychology of responding and reaction. How can one knee cause so much destruction? One knee cause so much destruction around the world. Isn't that amazing? So it's the police are trained on the chokehold. Okay, matter of fact, let's go to this. NBC did a thing on the chokehold that I didn't know about until I was watching the news. Let me share my screen here. Let me show y'all, with the hopes that it don't go offline again. Okay. All right. Right here. You see what it says there? Okay. Minnesota police rendered 44 people unconscious with neck restraints in 5 years. Let me put my face in there. Okay. Y'all see that? Minneapolis police used neck restraints at least 237 times during that span. And in 16% of the incidents, the suspects and other individuals lost consciousness. The department's use of force records show. That's sad, isn't it? Okay. That's sad. And they're trying to fix this. All right. Y'all tell me, we got sound, right? Because every time I go from one place to the other, we don't have sound. All right. Now that's a shame. So I want to ask y'all a question for many of you who are saluting or celebrating those who are out there. The records don't show all. That's true. That is so true. All right. I want to talk to y'all. I have a quick question for you who are supporting this. What were you doing the day before George Floyd was murdered? That's my question to y'all. What were you doing the day before George Floyd was murdered? They're not allowed to practice the type of restraint in Chicago. No. And now it's because of his murder, many police superintendents and chiefs are changing the chokehold tactic. All right. They're telling him don't do it. Matter of fact, on the news 2 days ago, I saw riding in the street and the police put his knee on a man's neck, and his partner was helping him restrain the man. And the partner saw that his partner had his knee on the neck, and he reached down there and pulled his knee off of the rioter's neck. Y'all know why he did that, right? Yeah, and the kid said she's working on her business website. Everyone was going about their business. Belinda? Yeah. So this is my question to you. All of y'all who want me to go out there and march with you, you want me to go out there and rally with you, you want me to go out there with Black Lives Matter, you want me to go out there with the less militant people, you want me to go out there in my little neighborhoods and, show a sign of solidarity. What were you doing the day before he was murdered? Tam says she was wearing her mask, living her best life. Liddell says, I'm sitting in my house and still sitting in my house. Okay? What were y'all doing the day before the murder? I was still in shock over the jogger that was gunned down, Margaret says. So I'm asking y'all this question for a reason. What in the bloop were you doing the day before? What were you doing the week before? What were you doing the month before? What were you doing the quarter before? And what were you doing the year before? Why should say I can't remember? Okay? What were you doing? So why is it so important now that you want me to go out there and march with you and you ain't nothing good to me? You ain't nothing. What's the guy on the Shark Tank? What's his name? Mr. Wonderful. He say, you dead to me. Sheltering in, wearing my mask and giving everybody else without one side eye. Yeah, somebody. Marshall says working. Liddell says nothing. Jim Starr says a great question. What were you doing? Because if you want me to join you in that street and you wasn't doing nothing the day before he got murdered, shut up. Don't come to my house. Don't ring my bell. Don't text me. Don't send me no homing pigeons. Don't give me no smoke signals. Don't call me. Don't text. Don't nothing. Don't give me don't wink your eye at me. Try to get me to come out there in the street. Don't contact me at all. You are nothing to me right now. I don't want to team up with you. I don't want to rally with you. I don't want to hold hands across America. Shutteth thou uppeth. I don't want nothing to do with you right now as it pertains to that. I love you and I respect you, but don't call me. Don't call me. Shut up. Because I've been on this platform right here for years trying to tell y'all, take care of your house first. Take care of you first. Where your children at? You don't even know. You don't even know where your daughter is. You don't even know where your son is. My children are grown and I know where they are. All I got to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, baby girl, you okay? I'm all right. All right. Where you at? I'm on the corner of blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. And my daughter is 26 years old. My son will be 30. I pick up the phone. Hey, Walter Jr., you all right? I'm all right, Pops. Where you at? Oh, I'm in Atlanta on the corner of At and Anta. Oh, okay, son. Just checking on you. All right, Pops. Where you at, Pops? Oh, I'm here at the house. I'm peeing off the people on Facebook and YouTube. Oh, all right, Pops. Well, keep that up. Clean. You understand what I'm saying? I could pick up the phone and call my dad and say, Dad, Pops, where you at? Oh, son, I'm on the corner of at home and in the bed. All right, well, stay right there. All right? So, I don't understand. You don't even know where your family is, and you want me to march in the streets with you, and your house is in disarray. Shut up! Shutteth thou uppeth. You pisseth me offeth with this mess. I ain't gonna never sell no more books. I ain't selling no more books. I ain't selling out one more book. All right. So I want to go into this detail because it's just ridiculous. This is the psychology of authority. The psychology of authority. When a nation is free, they reject authority. Probably talking about the Ahmaud Arbery case, speaking my mind, fussing with the informed church for Pitts, be quiet. Okay. When a nation is free, they reject authority. Understand? We live in America and our freedom has messed us up. It messed up our minds. And that's why COVID-19 hit us the way it did. We became the worst in the world with this case because y'all don't know how to listen to authority. They were trying to help you stay your butt home. I don't want you breathing on me. Stay home for your good and for the life you save could be mine. Stay home. And you like, because you told me to stay home, I ain't staying home. That's the psychology of authority or the lack thereof. You go against someone when they tell you something to do and they use an authoritative voice, then you buck against that, even if it's for your good. Yes, Andre asked, but are we really free? You free enough? In America, you can't ask that question in North Korea. Oh, you free? Yeah, you trust me, you free. David Tadlock said he can't disagree with anything. Not right now. The show is still young. David said, hang on. In another 20 minutes, we about to fight. Okay? So that's the problem. Is your freedom has messed you up. I got pulled over for driving fast. Too fast in a slow lane. I was doing maybe 50 in a 35, right? I got pulled over by the cops. This was years ago. And then he said, all right, son, what are you, he didn't call me son. He said, young man, what are you doing? I said, well, I didn't know that was the speed limit. He says, let me tell you something. He said, ignorance is no excuse of the law. He said, you got a driver's license, right? I said, yeah, let me see it. He said, how'd you get that license? I went down into the DMV. Yeah? He said, did you take a test? I said, yes. Ignorance is no excuse of the law. How could you be ignorant and you got a license in your hand? Huh? You had to pass a test. So you knew the rules of the road, didn't you? Yeah. Then he said this to me, and I'll never forget for the rest of my life. He said, driving is not a right, but driving is a what? Put it in the comments so I know that y'all there. Put it in the comments so I know that y'all there. Driving is not a right, but it is a what? They don't know wisdom. It is kick them in. If they cook them in the crack of their beep. I'm tired of you, Pitts. Okay, can y'all put that in there? And I know it's coming in a little slow. All right. Ignorance isn't bliss either. Yeah. What is it? Thank you, funny people. Thank you, PH4 Abel. Thank you, Margaret Johnson. Thank you, Vashti. Driving is a privilege. And when he said that, something in me leaped. You know what leaped in me? I got enraged when he said that. Because in my young mind, I was like, Josh Reese, how could you tell me what I'm doing is not my right? I took a test to get this license. I took a driver's test as well. All right. A written test, eye test. I bought this car. I got every right to be on this road. And he's like, no, you don't. We gave you a privilege to do it. That's why I pulled you over. Because if you feel you got a right, that means you feel you got the right to speed and put my life in danger. I don't think y'all getting any of this. So why do people riot? I'm going to give you 8 reasons. 7 is from the psychologist and the 8th one is from me. What are you, what you are witnessing is the end of America, of the modern day Babylon as you know it. Judgment has finally come to this wicked, and particularly white America. Yes, it's not the end yet. It's not the end, Alpha Male 63, but you are very close. Yeah, COVID-19 is not the end. But what you're seeing is the precursor of the end of these evil people just tearing up stuff because they want to. That's both black, white, Hispanic, Asian, everybody is doing it. So you can't just blame it on black folks anymore. You can't use terms, cold words like thug. Can't do that no more. All races are out there doing that because of the evil of man. So here it is. Why do people riot? Number 1, psychologists call it risk and group identity. Pitts, are you there? Help me out. Risk and group identity. Number 1, risk and group identity. Number 2, I was actually this is part of number 1, but I'm gonna just say it's number 2. As far as public speaking, I don't know why I made this number 2, but I'm a public speaker. I'm also a musician. Some people may call me an entertainer when I'm out there doing what I do. Okay. And I noticed something, and comedians have said it as well when they are performing, is this. Every audience is not the same. 1977, yeah, had a major blackout. That Margaret Johnson, you in my notes. You are in my notes. Y'all remember what she just said there, so because I'm going to refer back to what she said. She said 1977, New York had a major blackout and they tore the city up. I'm going to what she said in 1 minute here. All right. I realized as a performer that every audience was not the same. So that same joke I used in the last audience in my public speaking did not work in this audience. The last audience laughed. They were in stitches. But this audience was like, ha, next, or silence. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So this group, this risk and group identity has the same psychological feel. You don't know which audience you're going to be marching with. There are peaceful marches going all over the country. And then there are those who started off peaceful, then they started rioting and looting. You don't know what's going to click off, all right? It depends on the audience you're with, all right? Number 3, a riot happens because of some emotionally charged risk assessment. A riot happens because of some emotionally charged risk assessment. What does that mean? Evil men take risks among the masses. That's just the way it is. Wherever an evil man is, his thoughts are always evil. So he will join forces with a peaceful rally until he have an opportunity to throw a rock. And this is the setup for the Antichrist to swoop in, yes, and make things better for all. Come on, Amber, that's it. Yes, they are combining audiences. Yes, yeah, that's it. All right. Number 4, now this is very important. How the police handle a crowd can actually be the catalyst. Y'all hear me? How the police handles the crowd can actually be the catalyst. Some studies have observed that the police often treat the entire crowd as dangerous. And when the police get hostile, that can sometimes be the spark that pushes peaceful members of the crowd over the edge. Especially, though, when it's all white cops among black folks. So the police, when they're not properly trained, they are also acting on the emotions of the rioters. The rioters are upset. Then the riot police are upset too because a cocktail hit him in the head. Now all of his training goes out the door. That's why that cop was able to kill George Floyd, because I don't think he was trained to put a chokehold on him like that to stamp out his life. What he was doing was fighting against his training, because something happened before that camera was rolling with how he looked at George Floyd, and his human impulses was gone. The people around him was telling him, "You're killing him, you're killing him." He couldn't hear George Floyd said, "I can't breathe." So he's not even thinking about Michael Brown case, all right? He's just thinking, "I'm the hero here," as he put his hands in his pocket. You understand? Especially when it's all white. Yes, bitch, that's it. Police officers have their backs, Agatha. What's in? What are you saying? Okay, they are driven by fear. All right, so that's number 4. Number 5 has been kind of discredited by the professionals, although some still use it. I actually use it. I believe in it. It's called de-individuation. De-individuation. D-E, individual, or individuation, okay? Rioters stop thinking about their own moral code and blindly follow the crowd instead. Now they've studied this and they're coming to a slow conclusion that that's not really the case, but I bid to differ because I'm thinking on the spiritual end. How many of us who are moral people can sometimes snap and do an immoral act? I know I have. Anybody else? I know I have. I remember when my ex-wife, we were struggling financially, and I finally got some money in, and my wife, and this money was for our rent. We needed to pay our rent. And I remember, and I kept telling the landlord, I ain't got it, week after week after week, I ain't got it. And then I finally was able to raise that money, and my wife took that money and spent it on some home items, stuff I knew she didn't need. So when I asked her for the money, I never raised my voice to my wife. I have never done that, ever. Never raised a fist, never threatened, never called out her name. That's just me. I'm cool, calm, and collect. That is the mentality of Sirwalterj Jones before I was Sir, okay? When she told me what she did, I found myself being enraged with her because I already told the landlord I had the money, and my wife spent it. And I got enraged. And I was saying things to her that it was coming out of my mouth, and I couldn't pull it back in. Something was pushing it out of my mouth. And I was like, is this me? Till I had to leave the house for hours and cool off and repent and pray and fast and all, because I said, that could not have been me. They care more about their dogs. You come on, TF. Jackie said, me. Yes. All right. That's number 5. Number 6, rioters are united by the strong set of values. Rioters are united by the strong set of values. And they often are united against the same thing, like a group in the government or another authority. All right. So they are united by the same values, but they are often united against the same thing. They act what's in the best interest of the group. They are tribal, like those who voted for a person to be the president. Whether you were for Hillary Clinton or you were for Donald Trump, many of you were tribal. Those of you who voted for Barack Obama, you were tribal. No matter what these people said, you agreed with them, you supported it, and you defended their rhetoric because you're tribal. Because it's all about the group. It's for the betterment and for the good of the group. You understand? All right. Number 7. Since the crowd is so large and destructive, continuing to riot can feel like a pretty low risk for a while. All right. So because of the crowd is so large and destructive, they continue to riot because it feels like it's low risk, but only for a while. There's a sense of safety that takes over people even when they're doing an immoral act in a group. A crack house, you feel a sense of safety. Everybody's crack housing, okay? Those who did riots in jails and penitentiaries, it's everybody's doing it. The cop can't, he's not gonna just catch me. He got to catch everybody, and they ain't got that kind of control. All right. So when you're doing something immoral, everybody's doing it. All right, everybody's doing it. That's Zoom, ain't it? All right. Now, number 8 comes from me. The looters and the rioters are deep-rooted, angry people. You hear what I'm saying? Those looters and those rioters, the ones who are causing harm on both people and property, are rooted in anger. They have pent up emotions that were never dealt with. Some of them have post-traumatic stress disorder. Some of them have ACE, that's adverse childhood experience. It was never dealt with. I don't care what color they are, and they looked for an opportunity to express their anger. And this is what they did. This is what they did. Some get their courage from that brown liquor, and others get geeked up by the adrenaline pumped within them while the crowds cheer them on. That's it. That's it. They are excited to finally express this pent-up anger and trauma that happened to them maybe years ago, or could have been yesterday, but it was pent up. And here's my opportunity to join the crowd, and I can loot and take whatever I want to, and the police will sit there and watch me do it. Clinically, most of them out there have issues never addressed, Belinda. Never addressed. So who are these people and who let them down? We let them down. Now, who are the we? I'll talk about that in a minute. What about those writers who were just getting paid? Funny people. What do you mean just getting paid? I'm not understanding that. 3 months of being quarantined. Yes, Turkey Child. I said that in my show yesterday. Yep. Said that in my show yesterday. 3 months. Pent up emotion. They broke out. Now, but moral people should have been able to break out of jail, in a sense, and still do moral things like peaceful marches. But when it's the attribute of the character or the psychology of not knowing what to do, it is the shock and awe value of reaction of seeing a black man be murdered on the street by someone of authority. If that was a black man killing another black man, it wouldn't be as much. If it was a white civilian doing it, yeah, it would upset us, but maybe not as much, because again, this is authority here. A police officer who is trained, who's supposed to know better. That was a shocking thing to see. You understand? It was too shocking. So we at home, sitting at home watching this, and it kept rehearsing itself in our brains, It caused us to get enraged. And then what happened? We didn't know what to do. I gotta get out of here. I got to tear up something. And that's what they did. And that's what they're doing right now. What are you saying? I disagree with you. Police have been trained to incite and provoke most situations, particularly with black people. You have to understand the police origin. They were first called slave patrol. Alpha Male 63. That's fine. You can disagree with me. I've done this study. I've had police officers on my show. I had a couple police officers who are part of the Chicago Police Department, and they've told me how they are trained. And one of them left the police department because of how they were trained. He did emphatically say, though, that they are trained to shoot to kill, not shoot to harm, or shoot to maim, or shoot to tickle. But yes, they are trained to shoot to kill, because it's your life opposed to his life. So in that aspect, yes. But there are cops out there that are very evil-minded. They are bad cops, and they want to always be on top, and they don't know how to talk to the civilians, the citizens. They don't know how. So over the past few years, the police departments have been trying to bring the police into the communities and talk to the people, and they're being retrained. And they started a retraining program in many of the major cities, all right, on how to de-escalate something without using force. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So we can disagree all we want to, but I've already done the study, and I will not go live with something that I'm thinking. I'm telling you what I know. I worked with the police department. I was the only civilian in the police department because I was over them. I was the choir director, trainer for a police department choir. Can y'all believe it? I had about 50, 60 choir members, all police officers, and they would walk in my choir rehearsal with their guns on their sides and their billy clubs and their mace. And when they came in my choir rehearsal, I was the authority. When they had their little walkie-talkies going, I said, turn that off. When you walk in here, you no more a cop. You under my authority. And them 50, 60 men and women obeyed my authority. Why? Because there was something that they wanted to do. They wanted to sing. Understand what I'm saying? And when I would talk to them on the side, then they would tell me about their training. They would tell me about their training. That's a lie. We are shoot to stop, not to kill. We are what? That's a lie. We are. Type that again, Andre Phillips. Yeah, Andre Phillips. Listen. Whether you was in this 30 years or whether the guy who was talking to me he said he was in there for 30 years as well. I think there is a division among cops because one cop, what y'all call them, precincts would tell you one thing, another precinct would tell you another thing, depending on the city. There are some things that are being trained in Chicago, the way they're trained in Chicago, they're not being trained that way maybe in Texas. All right. There are some, what y'all say they got quotas. One police chief says, we don't take quotas. We don't pull people over and this cop got to add up his quotas for the end of the month or something like that. But another police chief says, yes, we do. There's a quarterly thing. He have to arrest so many people, especially black people, okay, for him to get promotions on the job. There's a division on the police department. Andre Phillips says we are not taught. You may not be taught, but two cops in Chicago told me that they were taught that if they use their weapon, they were trained to use their weapon to take a man out of here. Now, Andre, you need to talk to your brothers and your sisters. I don't know if you're from Chicago or not, but you need to talk to them. If they are not trained this way, why is there so much distrust between blacks and it's alpha male 63? So I'm kind of with you right now. I'm kind of with you. I think Andre Phillips was trained one way, but I don't know where Andre Phillips is, where he's located. But come to Chicago, talk to the cops here. I'm trying to tell you, those cops that I work with told me we were trained. If we pull that thing out of the holster and we got our finger on the trigger, once we pull it, you don't aim for the toe. Married to a police sergeant for 17 years, they are taught to shoot to kill, Amber says, something he wrestled with daily. I'm trying to tell y'all, I know what I'm talking about. That's right, sir. I worked in law enforcement, and we are trained to shoot to kill, not wound. Yep, Milton, there it is. Shoot to kill, not wound. So there it is, Andre. That's what they're saying. So, again, your department is the department that we like. Maybe your department was the Febreze department. I don't know. I don't know, Andre. I'm not saying you wrong. If you served for 30 years, how could I tell you that you're wrong? Shoot till the threat is he says, Andre says, shoot till the threat is over. Well, we got a wife there who was married to the police, and she telling you he wrestled with it. And I'm with who was that said it? Who was that? Alpha Male 63. I mean, the facts are there. Okay? All right. So we need to reteach the definition of love. I told y'all about this scar on my face. All right? And I was stabbed severely by someone who immediately I forgave. I mean, his whole mentality was to kill me. Left me on the streets of Chicago to die. Blood all over the place. Blood everywhere. He says, I'm going to kill you, and he tried to kill me. And when I woke up in the ICU, I had tubes in my nose and tubes in my mouth because both of my lungs had collapsed. I was getting ready to die. And when I gained conscious, the Spirit says, forgive that man, forgive him. And I was wrestling between, how can I forgive a man who tried to murder me? And the Spirit says, because I told you so. And then he began to put that spirit, that thing in me that made me, I'm just a forgiven person right away. I don't care what you did to me. I'm forgiven. Then I realized that I was the minority. I'm the minority. And Andre says, Detroit police. Detroit? And you thinking, and you were trained like that in Detroit? Lord have mercy. Quotas are typically done in the suburb of Chicago. CPD is trained to use their weapons effectively. That's like with any instruction. Some people don't follow it as I was given. Come on, look at the confusion in the church. Yes, Pitts, there it is. I'm trying to tell you, how can you live in one state, suburb train one way, city of Chicago train another way? Okay, Cook County. Huh? That's why I left law enforcement because of that reason. Shoot to kill. Milton Hayner. All right. Andre says, but I have no problem shooting someone to save my life or the life of someone else. No police officer is taught to kill. Andre Phillips, you are wrong there. They're telling you they're wrong. They married cops. There's another man, Milton, okay? You can't emphatically say that, and you are only in Detroit. These people are all over the country. They're telling you they are training them to kill. Andre, come on, man. Come on, man. All right, but you said Pitts is correct, but listen what Pitts said about the suburb opposed to Chicago. So is she correct, or are you correct, or who's correct? We are divided, and she's right about that church. The church teach one thing, and this church teach another thing, and they're all reading out of King James Bible. And Paul says, wait a minute, how can we be teaching different things? Did not Jesus Christ die for us? I didn't die for you. I wasn't crucified for you. All right, so what's happening? You're trying to fix a spiritual problem with a natural solution. That's what you're doing. You're organizing with the world. You who are believers, you who are of the body of Christ, you joining these ecumenical services. I never was for these ecumenical services. Y'all know what ecumenical mean? If you do, can you put it in the comments? Can y'all tell me what ecumenical means? Please do. What about interfaith? Coming together and doing this interfaithful stuff, and you're doing it on the spiritual level. I'm trying to tell y'all, that's dangerous. Some of y'all, your churches are joining Black Lives Matter, and you don't even realize what's going on, because everybody part of Black Lives Matter don't think like you. Huh? Andre says shooting to stop and shooting to kill is different. Man, you okay? I can't keep going back and forth with Andre Phillips. I respect him. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Come on. All right. I'm hoping y'all going to answer my question. Did y'all answer my question? Yes, it means go along to get along. Yeah, Pitts. There it is. There it is. So I got questions for y'all. Okay. Andre agreed with me about the church. Whew. All right. Andre, I love you, man. I gotta meet you someday. Detroit ain't but what, about 4 hours from here? Yeah, we got to hook up. All right. So got a question for you. What did the March on Washington do? What did the March on Washington do? Number 2, what did the Million Man March do? Anybody can answer that? Oh, you can answer that? Okay, I got another one. What did the election of the first black president do? I mean, we had all kind of opportunities. You can't answer that? Okay, let me ask you another question. Guess what the Chicago Bulls winning the championship games did in the 1990s? Andre says, I agree with you most of the time. I love it. I love Andre. I love him. Yeah, I'm asking y'all these questions. Why don't you listen to Mark, who's that, Fuman Tapes? I lost you. He was a model cop that stated exactly how corrupt the cops are and trained and how they feel about black people or minorities. Yes. So Demain says, Damien says nothing. What did it do? Nothing. Andre says nothing. L-A-L-La. You have to sing when you say her name. Nothing. Pitt says election of first black president. Nothing. Kara says nothing. Nothing again. Tam says nothing. Y'all crazy. Yes. Pitts. Thank you. What did the Bulls championships? Was it 4-peat? What was it? 4-peat? Okay, 5-peat? I don't remember. What did the Bulls championship games, the championships do? Lorraine, blessings to you. What did it do? Yeah, affirming in OJ case. Come on, Andre Phillips. You preaching now. You wasn't preaching before, but you're preaching now. Yeah, Pitt said Million Man March. Nothing. So why do y'all think I'm asking y'all this question? Especially when I got to the Bulls. Remember I said refer back to that 1977 comment by, who was that put that it's 1957, 77, what was it? Okay. These people tore up my neighborhood in 1994. When the Bulls won their first game championship, was it 93, 94? I can't remember. They tore up my neighborhood because Michael Jordan helped the Bulls win the game. And they tore up my neighborhood. Can y'all tell me why? Huh? I used to ask him, can't you shoot him in the knee? He said, we have targeted places to shoot. If he's facing you, it's in the center of the chest. That's your mark. Amber Rogers says, again, she's married to a cop. Margaret says, Million Man March only brought solidarity on that one day. Yes. Burks, bless you, Deke Burks. I finally caught you. Bulls championship caused riots in the 90s. Yes. Andrew says, but things change when they tear up things. Do they? They do, huh? Charlie Mynham says 90, 91. All right. Charlie Mynham, I love you, man. I bless you. Y'all continue to pray for my dear brother, Charlie Mynham, who lost his mom today. And he's here with his brother on this live stream. That brother, man, I told somebody Charlie Mynham yesterday. They said, who's Charlie Mynham? I said, he's a man that I would die for. That's what I told him. It got them a new stadium. Then the dynasty left. Yep, Tam, come on. Pitt says 91, 93. Civil War is an example of change. War usually changes things. Do y'all agree with Andre Phillips? Now, war does change things. Yes, it does. But as it pertains to the marching and the looting and the rioting in the United States, what does it change? Can y'all help us find out if that's what Andre Phillips is talking about? L. La says, because they are idiots. Oh, my God today. Let's see. Where are you? Pitt says 1996 to 1998 is the second three-peat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They were tearing up my neighborhood. Hey, clock keeper, you there? They was tearing up my neighborhood because the Bulls won. They were tearing up my neighborhood because they shot Dr. King. What does that say? Huh? Can y'all tell me what does that say in the comments? We won the game. The Chicago White Sox won the World Series, and so did the Cubs. And they went out there and they was flipping over cars. Can y'all tell me what's the difference? Huh? If nothing changes, then nothing changes, Milton said. YouTube, y'all crazy. Okay, can y'all tell me? Huh? All right, since y'all don't want to tell me, because I know the comments might be coming in kind of slow. Let's go here then. Y'all want me to do a blackout on July the 7th. Y'all knew I had to go there, right? Thank you, clock keeper. Y'all want me to do a blackout on July the 7th. All right? Okay. I laugh every time I hear about it. And y'all are advertising a blackout a whole month. Okay? A whole month prior, you want us to organize a blackout on July 7th. Okay. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Did the people who were out there rioting, how long did it take them to go out there on that street by the hundreds, maybe thousands? How long did it take them to get out there on that street and collectively tear up stuff? Huh? Can y'all tell me? How long did it take? Please don't go there. I've been fighting with folks. Huh? Can y'all tell me? The march on Washington 1963 was begging for crumbs from master's table. It also destroyed black businesses in the neighborhood. Alpha male 63. I'm agreeing. I didn't think I was going to agree with you the way you came at the beginning. But the more you type, the more I'm repenting. I'm going to have to repent that I disagree with you, because you are correct. Desegregation ruined the black community. Yes, right in the United States typically only starts people talking. Then the people forget and go back to doing what they were doing. Pitts? Yes. So what was my question? I forgot. The blackout does not matter. There is nothing in the stores. Hell, I'm trying to tell you. Things change when it affects economy. Yes, the economy. Andre Phillips, you're being redeemed. You're being redeemed with me, brother. Come on. It took them one night to tear up several one night to tear up everything. It didn't take a couple of days of picking up the phone and calling. They didn't put nothing on the windshields of cars. They didn't nail nothing on the trees. All right. They didn't go on the radio and all that. No, it took them just a few minutes. And they were all out there, one unified force to destroy. Now, watch this. Guess who else didn't tell y'all what they were getting ready to do, but they did it? Here in Chicago, the Chicago Transit Authority, CTA, shut down right as your grandmama got off the bus, went in the store to get her insulin. When she walked back to the bus stop, the buses stopped running for the rest of the night. No warning. They just shut it down. Sure did. Did they not, y'all? Even Martin Luther King stated that I have integrated my people into a burning house. He did. He knew that integration was the becoming of the destruction of it. Yeah, I remember that. Alpha Male. Yeah, on announcements, emails, PSAs, nothing. Nothing. And CTA said, the mayor called the president of CTA and said, hey, yes, Auntie Lori, shut it down. Are you sure that we have never done this before? We had a strike some years ago. Y'all remember the CTA strike? But that was different. She said, shut it down. Click. And guess what happened to y'all's phones? Boop, boop. Everybody's phone went off. It said, CTA, shut down. Get home the best way you can. That means all buses, all trains. Just like that. Margaret said, Master, know the plan. Shut it down. So let me ask y'all another question. I got a lot of questions to ask you. All right. I'm at the end of my notes. I'm towards the end. I'm going to have to buy some time from the clock keeper. This is an important show. Let me ask you, church. Let's go to the church. Shall we? Can we go to the church? 1955 boycott. The boycott was an entire year. Margaret, yeah, I did that show a couple of days ago. How can you build a $10 million church and not create jobs? I need something to wipe my brow with, because this show is hot in here. How can you build a $10 million church and not create jobs in that neighborhood where the church is? You like, no, they created jobs because you got the musician that worked there, the pastor worked there, you got the secretary work. Oh, no. You mean to tell me out of a $10 million project, we get 5 employees? Out of a $10 million project, we get 5 employees. I don't understand it. So you want me to march in the street with you, black folks, past all these mega churches that you pay millions of dollars for, and you upset because a white cop killed a black guy. We all was upset with that. So your remedy for that is to have your people go out there in the streets, and your poor people. There are a lot of poor people that are members of churches. You understand that, right? Okay. And then they come back home so that you can make sure they get back to the church so they can stand in that $50 line, $100 line, and all this stuff, okay, and speak prosperity over them, and they go back home to some crazy post stuff. How can you, the church, not see that you are part of the problem, or a big part of the problem? You can get thousands of people to rally their monies together to build a building that's worth $10 million and have them crowd in there every Sunday, and there is no change in that community and no jobs created? That's amazing. And it's a 30-year mortgage that you pay on time every month. Hypocrisy at its best. Amber Ryder says, riddle me this. Why is it that 60,000 people from George Floyd's hometown of Houston were able to peacefully march and protest arm in arm along with 16 members of his immediate family with no looting, burning, no violence? She says, here's the answer. The organizers were savvy enough to get the religious leaders and the police department of the community involved, including 20,000 people along with Joel Osteen marching in the streets. The youth submitted to the wisdom of the elders, and there was no curfew that was needed. That was from Amber, and she's right. Y'all always amaze me. I just don't understand this. I just don't understand this. How could the family be more organized? Shouldn't they be the one looting and tearing up stuff? Yeah, pastor mega churches. Yeah, you call the storehouse. Alpha Male says easy because some of these ministers or mega pimps are thieves that Jesus chased out of the temple. Come on. I told you I agree with you earlier, man. All right, I told you already, Alpha Male. I agree with you. All right, you had me at hello. Yeah. What are you saying here, Milton? The church have used the people as merchandise over the years. Man. Andre Phillips says that the leaders are padding their pockets instead of investing in their own communities. Yeah, man, y'all are preaching. That's yeah. Pitt says, Amber, that's strategic planning. It's strategic planning. This is the family of the deceased who decided to have a peaceful thing, so they called in the elders, and then the young folks submitted to them. We have no leaders. Plantation, Lurleen says. Plantation. Okay? So, I got more questions for y'all. All right? Listen. How many of y'all saw the LL Cool J video and the Nick Cannon video? How many of y'all saw LL Cool J with his lip licking self? Okay? How many of y'all saw that? These pastors are hiding in their bunkers like 45. Yeah. Can y'all tell me how many of y'all saw it? LL and Nick Cannon cussing themselves. Y'all saw it? Okay, so when I first saw LL's rant, I said, Jackie said, Jackie Hayes, I love you. When I first saw LL's rant, all it took for me was to watch about 30 seconds of it. 30 seconds. Okay, just 30 seconds. Milton, you didn't see it? I can't play it on here because if I do, YouTube is going to rebuke me. Yeah, YouTube's going to rebuke me. So I can't play it. Tam put up two hands. Okay? Yeah. All right. Y'all need to see it. Okay? Because, matter of fact, let me read what Amber said earlier. Here's what she said. Because when I saw it, it was disturbing to me because he went back to his mama gonna knock you out days. Okay? All right. You in Hollywood right now. Okay? You are loved by the white folks. They love you. You playing more wholesome roles. Y'all remember the show, the movie called Deliver Us from Eva? That's my favorite. Deliver Us from Eva. Yeah. Effie Roth, blessings to you. She says, I didn't either. Y'all go and watch it. I can't play it here because there's too much cussing going on, okay? All right, so here's what Amber said. The trouble with LL Cool J, not just LL, but Nick Cannon, even Kirk Franklin, these gospel artists are coming out, okay? All these people, all right, fine. Y'all come out. There's a way to come out and talk against this injustice, all right? But the way LL and Nick did it, and a couple other these folk did it, they reverted back to their thug life to get the message across, which was inciting who? Okay? So Amber says the trouble with LL Cool J's clout chasing performance is that he is disqualified. Pitt said, be nice. White folks love obedient slave. Yeah. He's disqualified. He may have black man memories, issues, and scenarios, but he's good. He gets to stand in line with all of the other black folks experiencing injustice and prejudices that go along with us being the recipients of all the beautiful melanin to whom much is given, much is required. But again, he's safe. She said, ain't no Negro pulling up at the Hollywood Hills. His home is not going to get burned down. His local suburban Whole Food store is safe. His big mama can have her insulin flown from across the country. She don't need no Walgreens. So not only was his rant irresponsible, but he's perpetrating a fraud upon the people, and all the curse words that he so eloquently stringed together doesn't change his demographics. I'm trying to tell you. So him, Nick, and the others try to go hardcore, but I guarantee you, those folk who are looting in my neighborhood, and them white folks, especially them, they are not looting in their own neighborhoods. They left their posh neighborhoods to come in your neighborhoods and pass out bombs. And you say, give me a bomb. Oh, I want a bomb, and I want a bomb too. And then you say, look what Whitey did. Look at the Whitey in my neighborhood setting up bricks. Yeah, but what you doing? Passing the blame and deflecting. It's shameful. Now, okay, now, and I get it. Matter of fact, let me play this video here. This is from a white preacher. Listen to what he said. Okay. Yeah, every time I play a video, I got to make sure it ain't muted. Okay. Did y'all hear what he said? Did y'all hear what this white pastor said? He said, I don't live in America. Hold on. I don't know why it does it. I don't know why. This is not the mic I want. It's not the mic I want. Hold on. Testing 1. Okay. All right. Are we there? Are we there? Yeah, my grandmother raised me. My parents are not there. I saw a video earlier, but yours had no sound. Okay. So did y'all say that the video had no sound or my voice had no sound? Which one? I just see no. Which one? My voice had no sound or the video had no sound? Okay, y'all saying no audio. No audio where? Yeah. You saying no audio, but no audio. What did the video have audio? Oh, okay, not him. Okay, not okay. Gotcha. Let me see. Hold on.
It's a race issue, yeah, but for me, I don't live in the United States, all right? And for me to be railing as a pastor about something that's going on in another country, I'm not really sure that's going to help anyone.
Okay, the video has no sound. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, here's what the preacher said. Now, you know what I can do? Hold on. Let me see.
It's a race issue, yeah, but for me, I don't live in the United States, all right? And for railing as a pastor about something that's going on in another country, I'm not really sure that's going to help anyone.
Okay, did you hear that now? Yeah, that's so weird. I'm gonna have to test that out. You heard what he said? Did you hear what he said? He said, "I don't live in America." Yeah, thank y'all for letting me know. He said, "I don't live in America, so I don't need to rail against this." Yeah. Question: why do y'all think he said that? Why do y'all think he said that? What is that? Because you do realize who that is. I thought it was sad because when you have Jesus, you heard, yes, Ephiroth, yes. We heard it that time with feedback. He's not sure if his statement will help anyone. Yeah, BP9 says basically he don't care. Yeah, it's echo because I had to use the other mic in order to play it. Yeah, when you love God, you love people, Effie, that's it. Yeah, so answer my question. Why do you think he said that, though? Why does he feel that way? Funny People says, afraid to take a stand. Now, some of y'all watching my if y'all watching this sometime later on, you're like, Funny People say that? Well, Funny People is the name of my YouTube friend, okay? Why Funny People say that? Okay, yeah, afraid to take a stand. Sharia says he's saying it's not his problem. Because that's the response of the evangelical, Amber says. Yes, BP9 says apathy. Ooh-wee. Andre says he really doesn't care. No. And who does he represent, y'all? He represent thousands, if not millions of them. Because his church is not true. It's not in America. But millions of Americans listen to Hillsong. I was one of them back in the day. So what is that saying? That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, he is the leader of Hillsong, the largest evangelical movement in America, even though he ain't located here. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you that's what's going on here. Okay, now let me go to the end here because I want to give y'all a solution. All right, I want to play Killer Mike's video. All right, I want to play what Killer Mike said. Okay, clock keep him. I want to buy a couple minutes. This is a 3-minute video, but y'all gotta tell me in the comments if you can hear his audio. All right, so don't go nowhere if you don't hear no audio. You like, show over, I'm out of here. No, I want y'all to tell me if you can hear his audio. Just say, I hear. All right. This is Killer Mike. I sure hope you can hear it.
I didn't want to come, and I don't want to be here. I'm the son of an Atlanta City police officer. My cousin is an Atlanta City police officer. And my other cousin, East Point police officer. And I got a lot of love and respect for police officers, down to the original 8 police officers in Atlanta that even after becoming police had to dress in a YMCA because white officers didn't want to get dressed with niggers. And here we are 80 years later. I watched a white officer assassinate a black man. And I know that tore your heart out. And I know it's crippling. And I have nothing positive to say in this moment because I don't want to be here. But I'm responsible to be here because it wasn't just Dr. King and people dressed nicely who marched and protested to progress this city and so many other cities. It was people like my grandmother, people like my aunts and uncles who were members of SCLC and NAACP, and in particular, Reverend James Orange, Mrs. Alice Johnson, and Reverend Love, who we just lost last year. So I'm duty bound to be here to simply say that it is your duty not to burn your own house down for anger with an enemy. It is your duty to fortify your own house so that you may be a house of refuge in times of organization. And now is the time to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize. It is time to beat up prosecutors you don't like at the voting booth. It is time to hold mayoral offices accountable, chiefs and deputy chiefs. Atlanta is not perfect, but we're a lot better than we ever were, and we're a lot better than cities are. I'm mad as hell. I woke up wanting to see the world burn down yesterday because I'm tired of seeing black men die. He casually put his knee on a human being's neck for 9 minutes as he died like a zebra in the clutch of a lion's jaw. And we watch it like murder porn over and over again. So that's why children are burning to the ground. They don't know what else to do. And it is the responsibility of us to make this better right now. We don't want to see one officer charged. We want to see 4 officers prosecuted and sentenced.
Prosecuted and sentenced. Did y'all hear what he said? Burn it down. Burn what down? Can y'all hear me? Please tell me you can. Burn it down. Burn what down? In the comments. What do he want you to burn down? What do Killer Mike want you to burn down? Strategize and organize. Folks are desensitized. Y'all rappers? What's going on? Okay? Burn down what? Okay? So let me give y'all a strategy here. Yes, voting polls. Yes. Voting polls. So let me give y'all a strategy as I close this down, the system. Let me tell you about people who are poor. All right, because here's the thing. Those who are rioting out there and looting went back home tonight, last night, to some really jacked up situations. They still got bills that's pouring in that they can't pay. There is a notice, red notices sitting on their tables, their desks, their dresser drawers, or sinks that says disconnection notice. All right. A landlord is getting ready to deliver bad news to the same ones that are tearing up the place. The bank is getting ready to foreclose as soon as the coast is clear. The car company, whoever they got the leasing the car with, they're getting ready to send the truck. Understand? 78% of Americans are broke. 78% broke. You say, I got a car. You driving up and down the street? Your car is a consumer expense. It is a liability. And when you took it off of the lot, it depreciated real fast. You understand? You paid $50,000 for a $20,000 car. Yes, you did. And you paid it over 5, sometimes 6 years. It was upside down after the second year. It was already upside down. Your house is upside down. And you have no other stream but your 9 to 5. And you want me to join forces with you, and you don't have an economic plan to get you out of some mess, but you want me to join forces with your crab self? So let me ask you a question. What is your ROI? What is it? What is your ROI? You're like, what is that? The fact that you don't know what that is further tells me or tells you I ain't hanging with you no more. That is a rate on or return on your investment. You're like, investment? I didn't invest in anything. That's where your problem is. If you don't have or can calculate a return or some type of rate of return on any of your investments, something's wrong. I'm not joining forces with you. I can't. I refuse to do that. That's why car dealers giving you 0% interest for 7 years. 7 years, because they know after the second year that car is worth nothing. You owe more on it than it's worth, and you still got 5 more years to pay on it. And by the time you pay it off, it's on its last leg. And guess what? When you pay it off, if you get that long, you start it all over again. Warren Buffett is still driving the same car he's been driving for many years, and he can afford to buy us all Lamborghinis right now. But he refused to buy a new car because it makes no business sense. Even though he can buy the car industry, it makes no business sense. To go to the store and see a shirt on sale for $20, you take it off the rack and take it to the clerk and say, I'll give you $50 for it. But wait, the tag say $20. Yeah, but I'm going to give you $50 for that shirt. Yeah, that's what we do. That's how we spend. We are liabilities. And out of their disenfranchisement, they rail, all to their detriment. That's why they can see easily tearing it down. Yes, they have no true skin in the game. That's it. That's it. I finally jumped in the investment pool last week, Travail. That's good stuff. Andre says we need to start to invest in our own neighborhoods, businesses, schools, and what have you. Andre, that's fine, and that's well and everything. But you're going to have to do it individually. You can't do it as a group because the group will not follow you. They don't believe in your plan. That's why we're in the mess that we're in now. I live in Roseland, and there are no black businesses here. There are no black businesses here. We don't own the building. We just are the ones working in the shop. But we have no business. You can't think of any black businesses in Roseland up and down Michigan Avenue for a couple miles. You just can't. All right? So if you can't buy 5 of them, you can't afford 1. And that is the rule of 5. Thank you, Clock Keeper. If you can't buy 5, you can't afford 1. You understand? In the book entitled The Sight Edged, it teaches us to master the small, mundane disciplines each and every day. Yes. All right. 9 habits of highly successful people. I'm going to give you 9. I know the book says 7. I'm going to give you 9. All right. Here we go. Yeah, Jackie Hines says, just old-fashioned donuts on Michigan Avenue. Now, ask Jackie Hines, do old-fashioned donuts own the building? Ask her that. Pitt says, well, we don't believe in us, and we don't trust us. Come on. Marlon, blessings to you, sir. Yeah. L. Law says 115 in Michigan. Okay, what's the business? Y'all tell me. And ask the people who are finding these businesses, do they own the building? If you don't own the building, you still don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. Okay, 9 habits of highly successful people. Number 1, they get up early. They get up early. Nearly 50% of the self-made millionaires get out of the bed at least 3 hours before their work day. They get up early. Number 2, okay, AP Daily, Effie Roth, right on the corner. I live right next to AP Daily. Well, not literally next door, but I can smell AP Daily right now. So let me ask you, do they own the building? Number 2, they read a lot. They read a lot. 88%. They read a lot. Number 3, they spend 15 to 30 minutes each day on focused thinking. 15 to 30 minutes each day, just sitting there. When that riot broke out and people were when from the time of the murder, from people getting all excited, I was so upset. I saw this. Oh my God! I got so upset. You know what I did? I didn't get up and run out the house. I grabbed my notebook. I was so mad. I was so peed off. I just started writing. Just started writing. See, why am I wasting my time going out there in the street? Well, what's that going to do for me and y'all? I began to plan, strategize. I began to say, how am I going to help this person? I'm going to help this. And this person going to listen to me, but this person ain't going to listen to me. This is how I riot. This is how I roll. This is how I march. And see what I'm saying? Yeah, I build mine up that way. That's how I get my frustration out. I write. Yeah, Jackie says not 100% sure though. Jackie says, you talking about the building? Yeah. Jackie says I think they're renting, but I'm not sure. Okay. They spend 15 to 30% each day focused thinking. Number 4, they make exercise a priority. They make exercise a priority. Rich people have liberties in their house, but poor people have a lot of TVs. Yeah. Oh, Wilton. I meant libraries, not liberties. Have libraries. Yeah. Y'all should see my office. If y'all see the books that's in my library, I can open up a library right now and help the city of Chicago library system just with my books. And my mama died. When she died, she had twice as many books as I had, and I got a whole lot of them here in the house. I need to build more shelves. And guess what? My nose be in those books. So 4, they make exercise a priority. Get out and walk around. Exercise in your house. Sunday morning on my way to church, I see them folk out there in the park running and jogging and exercising on my way to church, while black folk on their way to church. The Asians and the Caucasians and some of the Hispanics out there take care of their bodies. Because what? If they did go to church, they went to mass early. Now, that was before the shutdown, of course. Number 5, they spend time with people who inspire them. We are high risk by our own hands. Woo. Wow. Okay. They spend time with people who inspire them. I hang with highly effective people. I don't hang around people who got poor mentality, poor in spirit. All right, this feeble-minded. I don't hang around those people. No, they can't build me up, and I can't. It's hard for me to build them up because they try to pull me down. Evil communication corrupts good manners. So I hang around highly successful people, even if they're not wealthy or rich by what they show me in their bank accounts. When they speak, I say, that's the person I want to hang with. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Milton, man, you and Andre, y'all own something. Fire, y'all got fire. Shut up in your bones. I see them every time you talk. It comes out your mouth. Yeah, come on, Andre. Yeah. All right, that's number 5, I think. Number 6, they pursue their own goals. Effie said, iron sharpens iron. That's it. I'm glad you're here live, Effie, because you be coming in late. You be at work all day, then you come and watch my show by 2 a.m. Effie, I need you to be on time. Okay, they pursue their own goals. Let me hurry up. Number 7, they get enough sleep. Now, that's a problem I have. I don't get enough sleep. But I will say this, though. As an entrepreneur, a lot of times you try to work towards a certain goal. I don't work by the clock. Never have. When the clock went ding, all right, as people were, all right, 5 o'clock, it's time to go home. When I was out there in corporate America, I didn't go home. I stayed because I was taught to work by the project. Why? Because tomorrow, that's less you have to do. So at 5 o'clock, when everybody was running out of the office, I stayed there. I finished my project. I cleaned up my area and I planned my next day out. I worked for a certified public accounting firm, Odell Hicks. Okay. Dorothy Brown got me that job. And I was taught to plan it out. Let everybody else go home, but you plan it out by the job, by the workload, not by the clock. So today, that's how I operate. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I make sure I get this thing done so that I can have a fresh mind come tomorrow. So yeah, I don't get the sleep that I need. I'll get that eventually. But as an entrepreneur, I'm fighting towards a goal in mind, and I'm sacrificing some sleep, all right, so that I can get there. Don't worry, y'all. Don't beat me up. I'm going to get to that sleep part. I'm going to get there. Y'all pray for me. All right, number 8, they have multiple income. Matter of fact, the actor says, matter of fact, good night. They have multiple incomes. Good night, by the way. Multiple incomes, not just one. They have variations of income. All right. Number 9, they avoid time wasters. Don't waste your time. Now, all of these I will be talking about as we go along. Every time I come online, I'll give you some kind of tip, what you need to do. So this is my way of giving back. I don't need y'all out there marching and all this stuff. Y'all do that. Don't call me even on your peaceful marches. Don't call me. Call me when you want some advice on business, how to start a business, how to structure and plan out your day. Call me for that. All right. And then we can talk. That's my 9 habits of successful people. Okay. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, y'all. Stop fighting. 2 Corinthians chapter 10. You're fighting, and you're wasting your time. We do not fight against flesh and blood. All right. It's principalities. It's that evil thing that sets inside a man that causes him to act and do what he do. So you can bust windows all you want to, but you ain't doing nothing but committing crimes, and it ain't helping your situation because you're going to go home to more red notices from the utility company. Last but not least, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 is a defense that y'all are using to saying that there's a time to kill. You got a problem, and you like to use the Bible like the slave owner used the Bible to keep you enslaved. You using the Bible to enslave you. Your mentality is shot. All right, your mentality is shot, and you're gonna tell me out of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 that God has sanctioned you using violence because somebody 1,000 miles away from you was killed. So the Bible has sanctioned a time of killing. I don't want to call you that. I have some words that I'll call you after I go off the air. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant. When is the time to plant? When was your time to plant? You see, they always try and cherry pick certain words to defend what the situation of that day. But they don't look at the stuff that we're waiting for you to do. When did you plant? And when did you harvest? Y'all are consumers, but you're not planters. You're not producers. When are you going to produce? You're always picking up. When you're picking up someone else. All right. A time to kill. Y'all love that one. And then a time to heal. We saw death already. We've been seeing death. You can name all these black people that got shot. A man is in his apartment, and then a cop comes up thinking it's her apartment, and then he gets killed. Another girl is in bed with her boyfriend, and the cop come in there, raid, and she died. All right, a man is jogging in the park. He's jogging, and then he gets killed. So we see the killing. There's a time to kill. What that happened? When is the time to heal? Huh? When is the time to heal? A time to tear down and a time to build up. When are you going to build up? You just tearing down. That's all you're doing. A time to cry, a time to laugh, a time to grieve, a time to dance, a time to scatter stones, a time to gather them up, a time to embrace and a time to run away, a time to search, a time to quit searching, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend. When you going to mend? You've always been tearing us down. We've been tearing each other down for generations. A time to be quiet, a time to speak. Shut up. Okay, a time to love. When that's gonna come? And a time to hate. Y'all, we always hating. When you gonna love? A time of war, time of peace. When you gonna have peace? Understand? So it's easy to bring up these scriptures to make your point, but that's ridiculous. Y'all get on my nerves. I gotta go, y'all. Thank you, clock keeper. If 95 of y'all hit the share button, the gospel will be preached all over the world. If you're on YouTube, smash the button. Smash it to smithereens. I mean, riot that like button. Riot it and pillage so that it'll turn blue. And then go ahead and hit the subscribe. There's my book over there. Men's Chronicles, A Woman's Guide to Men. This is volume 1, y'all. The 4 women that men desire by myself. I'm the only one on Amazon with that name, Sirwalterj Jones. Go ahead and pick it up and let's talk about it, because women groups are taking my book and they're reading it in their circles on Zoom, and they're discussing it. All right, I'm elated about that. I mean, it's just I ain't know. I wanted people to hate the book, but I guess they don't. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Let's talk tomorrow, okay? Starting on Fridays. I don't know which Friday. I'm going to try to do this Friday. I'm bringing my 1970s birthday parties. I'm bringing it to here on air. Every Friday, I'm going to find a good time at night. I'm dressing up in my 1970s attire. I'm going to play all of the hits from the 1970s. And it's going to be me. I'm going to be DJ. I'm going to reveal the name to y'all real soon, okay? And I got all my stuff here. It's going to be a 70s party at my house every Friday night. Yes, here it is. I got the equipment now. I can do it, okay? Every Friday. So get ready. It's going to be on and popping. YouTube, I can't do it on YouTube. It's going to have to be on Facebook only, because YouTube won't allow me to play all that music. Them copyright folks will be snatching it and muting it and all, blocking it. I can't do it. Sorry. So if you ain't on my Facebook wall, come on over to my place. 70s is on and popping. Y'all gonna think I ain't saved. I don't care. Gotta go. This is a song that'll never end. Yes, it'll go on and on. My friend.
This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
That's enough, guys.
Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. This is the song that doesn't end.
How do I turn you off?
Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
Okay, I get the joke.
Singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever.
I can't believe you guys.
This is the song that doesn't end.
Okay,
Yes,
I've had it.
goes on
That's it.
and on,
That's
my
it.
friend.
What are you doing?
Some people started singing
What?
it, not
What is
knowing
this?
what it was,
Hey!
and they'll
No.
continue
This is the last time, right? This is it. This is it. This is it. This is not fun. Okay, if you guys don't speak, then I'm going to go far, far away. Go, go, go. No. Keep on going.
This is the song that...
Charlie, no, stop. Charlie, stop. I want you to go away. Go away. And don't slam the door.